recipe, you're going to be needing 50 grams of self-raising flour, 2 lemons, 28 grams of granulated sweetener, 5 eggs, and what we're using now is a silicone mould tray, an egg separator because you're going to be separating the eggs, and we'll also need something to zest the lemons as well. Firstly, we're going to measure out 50 grams of the self-raising flour. And then we're going to add to that 28 grams of the granulated sweetener. And then you need to be grating the rind off your 2 lemons into the bowl as well. Just make sure when you're grating or zesting limes or lemons that you just do the outer layer. So you just one stroke at a time and then move round, because if you go any deeper than that you're going to get the really bitter, pithy part of the lemon, and that will give it a really bitter taste. And then take the juice of one of your lemons and add that to the same mixture. Just trying to catch any pips as you go. I'm just going to switch the oven on. We're going to be needing it at 180 degrees. We're then going to separate the eggs. We're catching the whites into a separate container, and we're adding the yolks into this mix that we've been doing here. So you need 5 egg yolks in there, and you need your whites in a separate container because we're going to be using those in a little while. So we've got all our ingredients in this bowl here, so we're just going to give that a really good mix together until it looks something like this. So I just gave it a really good beating against the side of the bowl just to ensure that all the lumps are out, or as many lumps as possible are out. It does look a little lumpy, but that's the rind of the lemon in there. So the next thing we need to do is your 5 egg whites. You're just going to whisk those until they form stiff peaks. Looking peaked. Do we think that's all the way through? Do we think it's peaky? That's how you can tell it's done. So when your whites are stiff, we just need to very gently fold the whites into the mixture. Just be very patient and fold it all in. That's all you need to do with this bit. So your cake mixture should look like that. It's kind of doubled in size there. Don't overwork it, and as I say, do fold in really, really well to get plenty of air into the mixture. And we're just now going to transfer that into our silicone mould. So we've just fry-lighted the mould slightly there just to ensure that the cake doesn't stick to it, and now we're going to empty the mixture into the mould. So there we have your mixture in your silicone mould. We do put our silicone mould in a normal loaf tin as well, just to stop the silicone from sort of bowing out at the edges, so you get a nice shaped cake. It's going in at 180 degrees for 20 minutes. So we've got the juice of the other lemon here in a little dish, and we're just going to add 15 grams of sweetener to it. This is going to make the drizzle for the lemon drizzle. So 20 minutes into the baking process, you should have something that looks like this. My oven is fan assisted, so if it doesn't look like this, leave it a little bit longer until it does. But at this stage now, we've still got the oven on, and we're going to drizzle our lemon drizzle mixture over the top and pop it back in the oven for a further 10 minutes on a low heat. I would say that's somewhere between 80 to 100 degrees. So when you lift your cake out of the oven, if it is ready, it should look something like this. As you can see, we've got the lemon drizzle all bubbling away on the top there. That's going to nicely soak into the top layer of the cake. And what we need to do is, as I've already done, but I'll show you, just pop your knife in there, right into the centre of the cake, and then pull it back out again. And if your knife comes out clean, as this one is, that means your cake is cooked all the way through, ready to slice. So there you have it, folks. That's this week's Make It Mondays lemon drizzle cake. We've got 8 lovely slices there, served up with some strawberries for our speed food. And I would also recommend mixing a packet of the white chocolate options with some quark to give you a lovely creamy topping, and then you can place your strawberries on the top there. And of course, cake wouldn't be cake without a nice cup of tea. My favourite is Yorkshire tea. So this is not sponsored, I just love Yorkshire tea. And yeah, so we're going to have a nice cup of tea and a nice slice of cake. I hope you enjoyed this week's Make It Mondays. If you did, as always, thumbs up are always appreciated, and we'll see you next Monday in Make It Mondays.
Okay, and I'm going to take some strawberries the 3 ones in the middle here and take one more from outside. That one has really dark seeds, if you can see it. Yeah.
Can you do a taste test for me?
Mm-hmm.
What do we think? Is it a good one? Oh, we've got a thumbs up. That's excellent. Right, let's tuck in then. Mr. Diabetic!